Hello, my gorgeous Libras out there. How are you guys doing? Welcome on into your weekly reading with me. I am just going to dive in. I'm thinking of making some changes on the channel, but you guys let me know what you guys like to see on tarot channels or anything like that. All right, but anyway, let's dive into your reading. I just wanted to get that out there. Let me know in the comment section. But for my gorgeous Libras, what is the energy of the week ahead? What is the message you want to pass on, please, to the sign of Libra? You got Observer, so this is about you thinking about the future, thinking about where you want to go, where you want to settle down, what the next step might be or next goal might be. It always reminds me of the Two of Wands, which is about thinking of expanding, right? Maybe you've already, reached a goal in some way, or maybe you're just super happy with where you are right now, and now you're thinking about the next step, like where do I want to be next? What's the next mission? So I do like that energy. I want to get you one of these as well. Something for my Libras, please. Messages for Libra for the week ahead. Okay, I was going to say it's not coming out, but it's actually a card in your sign. So this is the last quarter moon, which does represent completion and endings in your sign, saying make time for self-love. Okay, so releasing things that might be blocking you from having, from having that kind of self-love, okay? Now, amethyst could be important because it is that purple crystal, which kind of matches this card, and it is a crystal for healing. So it's kind of like solidifying that message there as well. So make time for self-love in this new chapter. Now, someone asked to bring back the tea leaf tarot, so I got some random messages here for you. So let's see what ones want to come out for the sign of Libra, please. Okay. I had a feeling that'd be one extra. So let's see what the first one has to say. So you have goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Now this could be something to do with the observer card, right? What you're trying to go after next. You have archway, which says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up for you. So I like that a lot. Now you do have the tent and also the spear. Now these can be separate messages or they could link together, saying that you're in a temporary situation or going to come across a temporary situation this week. And then you have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. And then lastly, older man. So maybe this is something to do with an older man that you might be feeling, the spear. Maybe you feel like you are going through some sort of loss, right? Someone might not be in your life anymore in whatever way. And that could be what you guys might be feeling heartache around, okay? But a mixture of messages. I did tell you that we're going to be a bit random. So let's just dive into your tarot. Let's see what's going on for you guys for the week ahead. For my gorgeous Librans out there, can I get one message for the energy of the week? Seven of Swords. So this is an energy of feeling a bit backstabbed, betrayed. It is kind of a card also self-sabotage. So it depends on whether this is internal and something that you're experiencing within yourself or external. I'm going to figure it out. It can also be a card of strategy, which would make a bit of sense with the observer card, but I'm going to have to go ahead and clarify that actually because I need to know. I need to know what this is. This could be what you're feeling with the spear, right? Maybe someone's got some secrets or someone's acting against you in some way. Let's figure it out. Why is the Seven of Swords the energy of the week? Page of Wands, King of Swords. Okay, what are you guys going through? I'm tempted to redo this because I feel like I'm not really ready for this. Okay, King of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Cups. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. Of course, there's a number of ways this could resonate, but Seven of Swords coming out, I'm gonna just say it because clearly it's someone's story. Seven of Swords is about, lying, cheating, stealing. It is about someone trying to, kind of win in their own selfish ways or do things, I guess, for their own good, no matter who they might be going up against, right? So it is that kind of energy of being sneaky and maybe going up against others. I don't feel like it's you. I think this is something that you have either experienced. So Page of Wands can be that flirtatious card. I do feel like it could be a card of gossip or people saying things about you, or of course maybe someone that you were with again was flirting or being cheeky and all that stuff with other people. Now King of Swords could be your energy because you are an air sign, which I don't know. I feel like it's someone that you were dealing with where it does feel like this person may have gone a bit cold with you, or a bit withdrawn and detached, and just a little bit more blunt or harsh, a little bit more serious. But the Page of Wands is a little bit of cheekiness with others, right? They're kind of, that passion seems to be put in other people, even if it's just friends and stuff. It does feel a little bit like someone's not being okay with you. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that don't serve you. And the Five of Cups, of course, Five of Wands, is about conflict and arguments. And because you have made time for self-love, I do wonder if some of you guys are deciding to walk away from friends or people around you in general who maybe you do want to have around, because I'm not really seeing much about you aside from the Eight of Cups, which is kind of walking away from something that you do have emotional investment in, but it's not enough to make you happy. And that's a storyline that I'm getting for someone out there. Okay, let's dive into the rest of the cards for you. Let's see how you are showing up. How are you showing up during this time? What's the energy of Libra during this week? The Ace of Swords. So you are standing in your truth. You are gaining truth and enlightenment at this time. Trusting in your intuition is going to be super important, because I do feel like you already know something. So you're gaining clarity. What is this energy, please? Ace of Swords in the energy of Libra. Why is this here? What does this mean? Okay. Seven of Pentacles and the Empress. Because both of these, I guess, are about working towards abundance. But the difference is between these cards is one is working towards it. The Empress is it, right? She is an embodiment of abundance. So I wonder if this is something, a truth that is actually going to help you in terms of, spiritual and material wealth and an increase in your material wealth or spiritual growth. Is there some sort of truth that you guys are learning? It does feel like a soul thing, right? Probably because of the experiences that that are going on around you in these temporary situations that might be hurtful for you, but it is maybe helping you to step into more self-love. The Empress is an embodiment of that too. She's ruled by Venus. It is your card as well, Libra, because you guys are ruled by Venus too, which is being an embodiment of this. I'm going to clarify that Seven of Pentacles, because this is someone who's like, is this really worth it, right? I'm working super hard. I'm not getting a lot out of life. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here in Libra's energy? Ace of Wands jumping on top of the the older man, and the Three of Swords. Someone could have been juggling. Or you could have definitely been giving someone the benefit of the doubt here. And I think that's why it's super painful. So Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Now for some of you, you are getting like new inspiration, and it could be from heartache. Sometimes that's what happens, is like, I don't feel like this is a new plan. I just feel like there's new passion for an old plan that now is going to make it fruitful. Does that make sense? This is an extremely specific message. So I might just leave this as a bonus for someone. I don't know if I'll redo the reading for Libras. We'll see. I guess you guys will know. Because this is very specific for someone. So Ace of Wands is like this new passion, this new energy, and it does seem to be surrounded by this spear. Okay, so it does feel like something is giving you truth, clarity, difficult situations bringing you truth, clarity, but also passion. And sometimes the wands, of course, can be anger, right? It's fiery energy. It's a push of like, do you know what? Maybe you prioritize somebody, maybe you gave them the benefit of the doubt, but now it feels like and maybe you gave them all your time and energy, right? Because of the self-love card being here. Make time for self-love. So it does feel a little bit like you're changing your focus. Instead of it, all this passion being into this person who may have now hurt you, you're putting it into yourself. And this is where you're stepping into the Empress energy, which is actually going to help you manifest and embody the things that you're wanting and desiring. Okay, let's see what your challenge is, as if we don't know what it is already. But let's see what Spirit has to say. What's the challenge for Libra? The Five of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold, right? Two of Cups being here, especially in terms of soulmates. Okay. Look, this is a sad card, right? Look at this man. This is probably the feelings that you might feel, especially when it comes down to financial lack. But one thing I want to say to you, Libra, whatever it is that you're going through, It's very normal to feel a lack when you don't have something in your life anymore, right? So I'm not going to go and tell you that that's wrong, because it's not. But the Five of Pentacles being here is like, just remind yourself that everything's going to be better. This is a temporary situation. I know it doesn't feel like it when you're in the moment, you're heartbroken, you might be experiencing loss, right? Maybe of stability or whatnot. Just know that this situation that you're going through is going to completely change. You're stepping into the Empress mode, abundance. Some of you are going to work even harder in your work, and therefore you're going to see your money increase. Like, I just feel like this is the temporary card. This feeling like it's rain, because even the rain eventually stops, right? This stormy moment in your life, it will come to an end, right? So maybe right now it feels like you can't do much, is what I'm picking up from this card, because it's raining outside, right? It's representing that the situation right now is not very helpful. Maybe there's a lot of tears, but you can make it better. Let's see. Why is the Five of Pentacles a challenge? Lovers, right? You see how that came up. It's to do with love for sure. Mixed feelings. Okay, why is the Lovers here? Queen of Pentacles. That's about knowing your worth, knowing your value. And also, like, this is about your choices at this time as well, that will really determine whether you step up into this Queen of Pentacles energy, which again is about stability, material wealth. Hermit, Virgo energy very strongly coming up here, which could be about planning, right? If you think about Virgo energy, it is about like analyzing a situation, really looking at it from a place of wisdom. Why is the Lovers here? The Knight of Swords and the Justice card. So I do feel like communication will come through between you and someone. Justice is your energy. The Knight of Swords, I wonder if this is your energy that just wants to kind of just go and communicate something. Two of Swords and a Devil, to cut ties with this Devil energy. Making a decision on this Devil energy too. So whatever it is that you need to let go of, could be again self-sabotage in some way, if I'm going to give this a second meaning. It could be that maybe you guys are, again, putting your passion into other things, and the things that you want to put passion in, you might be, where it's like, not wanting to change some certain habits, where you can be a bit triggered and a little bit, it feels a little bit like maybe if it's to do with you, which for some of you it might be, there's like an inner voice that's like, I don't want to talk about that right now because it's triggered. I don't want to change that. So I don't want to talk about that right now. But if it's not internally, that definitely feels like someone else's energy as well. It's a bit brash, a bit harsh. Okay, one more for this Five of Pentacles. Why is this a challenge? What's the challenge for Libra? What's the challenge for Libra? It could be money, right? Could be to do with your work. What am I going to do? The Ace of Pentacles is here though, which means that this is a new beginning, and a new opportunity. And it may not seem like it, my goodness, not at all. But I do feel like that you have some things that you can use if you're strategic enough about it, that might help you out of the situation, right? So it could just be about how you're investing your time and energy. The Eight of Swords being here tells me that you feel a bit stuck or trapped in your situation and the troubles that you have around you. But the Two of Wands, like the Observer card, is really kind of trying to figure out where you want to go next. Because your current situation does feel like that's where you're feeling a bit trapped or overwhelmed and anxious and feeling a bit stuck. But Spirit wants you to probably get a bit clear where you're going, and it will help you understand how to move forward or what you need to do now. Does that make sense? It feels like maybe you don't know what to do now because you actually don't know where you're going. So of course you don't know. So maybe it's a good time to again like weigh up what you want, your choices, where you want to go. Ace of Pentacles is a challenge on your stability. However, it is a new opportunity at the same time. So that's something Spirit wants you to know. Okay, what's the advice that you have for Libra this week? Of course, healing, dealing with your feelings and emotions is important, because Two of Cups, Page of Cups here, Knight of Swords here, Three of Wands, Strength, Chariot. I think this is about dealing with your feelings and emotions, and this feels a bit like you waiting for things to get better, but the Knight of Swords tells me that there is this anger or determination that is going to push you forward to chase your dreams and goals. All right, anything else? What's the advice for Libra? Page of Cups. So processing your feelings and emotions is very important. Giving yourself the love that you were giving to others. And of course, listening to your feelings is important to let them go. Okay, can I get what is the advice? Why is the advice the Page of Cups? Okay, the Devil and the Death card. But what is the emotional side of this? A future, right? Okay. So a lot of this is teaching you a little bit about true abundance, or again, it is a bit about you getting clearer on something. But the Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, I do feel like what's hard about this is that you're grieving maybe some ideas that you have. Like, let's say it was a person in your life or a friend. I don't know what it is, but it feels like maybe your future was a little bit based on the situation. Maybe it's to do with career. I don't know. But it does feel like the message remains the same, that your 10 of Pentacles looks a little bit different, but it can still be the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like that's the advice here. So it's okay to process your feelings and emotions, but just know this is temporary. The Death card does suggest a big major ending, but the good news is what you're ending is the Devil energy. It's a toxic connection or bad habits, addictions, temptations, or again, just things that are not aligned with you. Okay, don't get yourself involved in other people's karma is also something that I am hearing as well with this energy. Maybe whoever this person was in your life, yeah, I just don't feel, I don't pick up on good energy with whoever this is. If it is someone around you, I think they have their own ish to deal with, and you probably saw that, right? Maybe they have their own addictions, maybe they have their own I would say darker energy. And I think you knew about this, right? Because this girl is here. She's very much aware. But I just feel like Spirit wants you to not get yourself involved in someone else's karma, because I feel like some of you may have gone through bad experiences with this person because that was their karma, but you were attached with this person too. So it just collateral damage a little bit that it affected you. But I feel like Spirit's asking you to kind of save yourself away from that situation, because this person is going to have to deal with that karma. And maybe that's why Spirit's trying to get you away from the situation. So 10 of Pentacles, as I was saying, this feels like what your feelings are about is about a future, about your future. So maybe your plans are changing, and that's what's quite emotional about it, is that you're grieving an end. Maybe it's to do with family, right? 10 of Pentacles. And that's your card. So you can still have this 10 of Pentacles, financial abundance, spiritual growth, a happy family, happy home, but it just looks a little different than maybe what you wanted it to look like, right? So that's what's changing about your future. My goodness, Libra, what an intense reading. Now, very specific, as I said, I don't know if I will leave this as a bonus or whether I'll just put it up as a weekly just for someone. I don't know. I'll let Spirit do their thing. I'll see what I feel called to do later on. But let me know if it resonates with you. If this was your story, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed these readings, make sure you guys like and subscribe. But aside from that, I'll see you guys next time.